It's warming up. There we go. Come on. Jazz hands. Walter, let's see the jazz hands. There we go. Slow motion jazz hands from Walter. Brandon's going to have to give us a one-handed jazz hand because...
Wax on, wax off.
He's obviously driving, and he's being very safe doing so. We hope. There you go. So we are live. We are live. I hope you got your big girl panties on. This is episode 248 of the Who Move My Freedom podcast, coming to you live from the Strange Media Studios here at our proper home on Lifestyles, the Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded channel on YouTube. And you're thinking to yourself, wait, what happened? I thought you guys got a strike. I thought they deleted a video. You couldn't go live. That's all very true. So right before we started this, I got an email from YouTube saying that they gave us back the video. So we have the video back in full. And then they removed the strike and therefore gave us back live. So there you go. I guess it pays to contest things, especially when you know it's wrong. So, and I'll talk about that a little bit. Yeah, I want to thank everyone for their support. Go ahead.
It's funny you brought that up.
Yes, Walter, I know. But that's the thing. I think when these things happen, you always have to fight back or push back or ask people politely to reconsider their positions. So the video's back for anyone who wants to see it. It's episode 168. And I will get into it here a little bit. If you guys want to, I'll get into it about because they sent us an email. And I know different people are asking me, well, what happened? So maybe I'll get into it here so I don't have to. There's no way to save myself from saying it 1,000 times what happened. But I will try to give that info to folks so that maybe we bring it down a little bit. But thank you to everyone who showed concern, support, gave us advice, all that kind of stuff. Thank you so much for everyone who came over yesterday to the Hank Strange channel and all that. We appreciate it. Tonight, we're going to be talking to Brandon Herrera, the AK guy. Look at, there you go.
Thanks for having me on, Hank. I appreciate it. Always a pleasure.
Oh, awesome. So you've got an AK out.
I do. As of recently, we finally came out with our first base model production AK, which is kind of cool. It's something that's been in the works for like 2 years, just building on just about every sort of kit, receiver, barrel combination you can think of. And we finally came to one that I was happy with, that we could get it at a good, moderate price point.
Right. I think it's $8.99.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Yeah.
You can get a lot of, there's some pretty esoteric AKs out there where you can get $1,500, $2,000, and stuff is worth that. But getting something out to the common market, the average person just will not pay $1,200 for an AK. It just blows their mind to think that people are paying that.
Yeah. It's a good thing you didn't go that route of saying, you know what, we're going to sell this AK for $10,000. Yeah, just making up numbers.
Well, as bad as it is, most people think that you might as well say $10,000 if you're asking more than $600 for an AK, because everybody remembers the day where you can get the Chinese imports for $300, and the time where Walthers flowed aplenty. Yeah.
I know some people who claim you can get them for like $75. Walter says that's never true, right, Walter?
Yeah, I never saw that.
Yeah. So, but those days are gone.
Time machine.
Yeah, those days are gone. You're not seeing 75. You're not seeing 275, 375. I don't think ever again, unless you get a really good.
Well, the only thing that would bring that would be real free trade, and then it would happen. But
you think so? Okay.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. But
okay.
But the only problem is now that the surplus is drying up, people are actually having to buy AKs for the price it costs to manufacture them. People don't like to think about it, but the AK costs a hell of a lot more than an AR-15 to manufacture. Forged steel is a lot harder to work with than aluminum billet upper and lowers. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, okay. Okay, good point. I never thought of that. I never thought about that. What do you think about that, Walter? Is that true?
Well, parts availability are a lot different. There's AR-15 parts everywhere. I mean,
very true.
There's not so much on AK stuff. Especially the good stuff like the trunnions and bolts and bolt carriers and stuff like that. It's just not out there.
The lack of mil spec too, kind of hurts it.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah. So we'll spend some time talking to Brandon about that. I don't know. Let me know if you guys can hear Brandon. I know he's coming in a little bit quiet to me, so I don't know what we can do right now. He's on the move to get his audio up a little bit. I'll go through here and shout out everyone in the chat. We've got Special K. I see Special K, E-Rock, Christopher Williams, Ridge Runner, Richard Hughes. Let's see who else we've got. Chris, I think I said Christopher Williams. There you go. Vanessa Kitty. Shout out to Vanessa Kitty. The Tyven Show is in here as well. Shout out to him. Chris Bullis, The Archangel, SoCal Gunner.
Flopping Garage or Flopping Garbage. That's an interesting
Garbage. Yeah, he's been in here for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, Kiaski as well. Let's see who else we've got. Ghetto in here. Boss Hog, David Cardinal, David G, Weston Propes, Screaming Skull Saloon, James Lawson, Imposter, Chris Bullis, the Armament and Axes as well, Jay Brennan, Roland Alexander. I shoot my AK naked. This is your show. I shoot my AK naked. Don't send us pictures of that.
No.
You know, Brandon, right? You don't want to see. I know you're an AK guy, but you probably don't want to.
Dudes,
no. Unless you do.
Unless that's a Victoria's Secret model, which let's probably keep those pictures to Hank's DMs.
I don't know if there's any Victoria's Secrets models looking at my show. Okay, I'll be happy for that, but you know, I doubt it somehow. I doubt it. So, but shout out to Shoot My AK Naked. Let's see who else we've got in here. Justin E. Let's see who else we've got. Moobut, Rob Avis. Let's see. Flopping Garbage, as Walter said. Harry's Holsters. What's up, Walter?
Have you seen Brian Witt yet?
No.
Okay,
Brian Witt, no, not yet.
Brian sent us a box with toys for our event this weekend.
Oh, very cool. Okay, so yes, on Saturday, which is the 22nd. Yes, we have an event at Aries Range in Leesburg.
Yep, Leesburg, Florida. Yep.
Yeah, and basically you can get in free if you bring brand new in the box toy for a kid, or if you're coming with military vehicles, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So,
but Brian would send a box. He bought a box of toys on Amazon and had it shipped to the shop. So he took care of that already. So hats off.
Very cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So if we see him in here, we'll shout him out some more extra. But if you guys know him, or if you're watching right now, Brian, thanks a lot for that.
Yep.
Let's see. We've got James Miller, RTS guy, Kathleen Music Lover, Thomas Coppersmith, Moobut, Bricks, All Thumbs, The Pants as well, Clint Sanders, Christian Guest, David Serpa, Jerry Woodman. Shout out to all those folks in here. Let's see who else. Who else we got? Rafael Morales, CB. Yes, William Hoffman. Lewis 1911. Mutiny for the Cat. There you go. I think that's it. If there's anyone in there that I missed, let me know. I'll definitely shout you out. That's not an issue. Also, if you have questions for Brandon, please let us know. So, you know, Brandon obviously is driving, so I don't think we're going to get to see the
AK-50.
Yeah, unless you can do that while you're driving, Brandon. I doubt it.
I'm not that good of a multitasker.
Yeah.
I do have in the back seat, I've got one of the AKG-47 demo guns that we've been rolling around with a little bit. So that's something at least. I can't really bring up the 50 with one hand and one hand on the wheel.
Yeah. Anything you do, make sure it's safe. You know, very important. If you get a chance, if you pull over somewhere, we'll do what we can do. But,
I will be at a place with better audio in about 15 minutes. So this is very temporary. So sorry about that, guys. No,
that's cool. That's cool. So let us know what questions you have for Brandon. If you have questions about the new AK that they have out, if you have questions about the AK-50, if you have questions about the universe, you know, if you're looking for a date with Brandon, We'll auction him off later, right, Brendan? You can do that, right?
Absolutely, 100%. You broke up for that last part, but I'm sure it's okay. I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, you don't want to know what it was then.
The word auction.
Yeah, we said we'll auction you off if anyone out there is looking for a date.
Oh,
Hey, I'm looking for a sugar daddy. All right, so that's
Oh,
that works for me.
good. Okay, fine.
I think we addressed that last time I was on the show. That daddy needs an AK-50. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Walter, you got nothing to say?
I ain't got nothing to say. I'm staying out of it.
Yeah, Walter's staying far, far away from that
I
one.
know when to open my mouth and when just to listen.
Yeah. RTS Gunsmoke, shout out to him. He said we forgot about him, so shout out Joshua Levy. Joshua Levy wants us to ask Brandon what kind of trunnion his new AK has. Good question.
So the entire parts kit, and hopefully you guys can hear me well.
Yeah.
I'll try to speak up. The entire parts kit is a brand new Romanian military virgin parts kit. They're all forged. There's no cast parts on it, so they're all grade 1 Romanian military kits. So you're going to have a virgin forged trunnion, and like so virgin that when they come into the country, they don't have the barrel pin holes drilled. They don't have half the trunnion holes drilled. I mean, they are about as brand new as you can get.
Okay, very cool. So there you go. Hopefully that answered the question. I shoot my AK naked wants to know, does Brandon shoot his AK naked too?
Those are personal questions.
Only after a beer or 12. No, I'm kidding. The AK Guy Incorporated does not endorse the use of firearms, accompanied with alcohol in any way.
No. Also, shooting naked is not good for your gentleman bit and lady parts that can get burned by hot brass.
Hot brass is a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't actually suggest it, as awesome as that sounds.
Catastrophic
Not a good
malfunctions become even more catastrophic.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Not a very good idea. So let's see what else we have going on here. There's some ladies in here that might be okay with the auction for the date. So yeah. So let's see.
We have a starting bid, 99 cents. 99.
Yeah. Richard Hughes wants to know, is it a sheet metal receiver?
On the AK-50 or the AKG-47?
Good question. I'm not sure. I'm going to assume it's the 47. I'm going to assume that it's that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The AKG-47s are built on Morrissey stamped receivers, so it's a standard, fully heat treated, not spot heat treated, 4130 sheet metal receiver. The AK-50 is definitely on a milled receiver because I like keeping my face bits in the order and arrangement they're currently in.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan. Okay, and Walter, if you have any questions here as well, let us know. What are you putting together an AK, Walter? What are you up to?
Just while you're talking about AKs, I just grabbed this Help Up.
Oh, that's the Help Up? Okay.
Yeah,
very nice. Those are the straight imports, aren't they?
Yes, they came from Radom, Poland.
Nice. How do you like that one?
Oh, this thing works good. Yeah, I mean,
very nice.
Nothing better than this, one that hasn't been molested here in country, to make it compliant.
That's not the one that you got for me, then.
No.
Oh, okay. When did you get this one?
This one I bought from I bought this back when before the AK market started to come back alive, when it was like at the bottom of the barrel, and I bought it from Centerfire, if I'm not mistaken. They had it like on closeout or something, and I got a really good deal on it. Should have bought more of them actually when I did this one, but yeah, because there was a period there when the AKs were cheaper than the ARs before that whole thing started to shift. Mm-hmm. This one it's nice.
Is the AK market very volatile for people who are out there who don't have any AKs who are thinking about getting in? Is it incredibly volatile, or?
Yes and no. Yes and no. I think there's constants in either direction. I think there's constants on the very low end and constants on the very high end. Like the high end players will always have their market that they cater to. Mm-hmm. But as far as the average guy in the middle, I think it fluctuates a lot, depending on how the economy's doing, how the ban scare situations they're doing. It's that middle ground that is really just up and down.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Walter.
No, not far off from the truth there. Right now, I don't know. I think 8K stuff right now is just driven by availability.
Okay, so now's kind of like an up market in terms of prices and stuff.
Yeah, I never thought I'd see the day where AKs cost more than AR-15s, but that's what it is now. So even the low end ARs are still AKs are still more expensive than the low end.
Yeah, because you can get a low end now without a sale. You can get a low end for what? Somewhere between 400 and 600, right?
For an AR?
For an AR, yeah.
Oh,
for an
easy,
AR.
easy, yeah.
I've seen them even lower.
Yeah.
But they're out there if you deal hunt a little bit.
Yeah, I'm saying I was saying without sale
right,
prices
without sale,
included.
sorry.
Yeah. So not so easy to get an AK for less than $600, right?
And I'll promise you this: if you can get it for less than 600 and it's not an old import, you don't really want it.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Right. Okay. And what do you guys think is driving the market right now? Is it politics? Is it like the rappers,
Rappers. What, the Draco?
Yeah.
What, them Dracos? No, I don't
What
think
exactly do you think's driving it?
that's a good question. I don't.
Is it availability?
It's probably availability.
Yeah, there's. Go ahead.
And decent quality availability. I mean,
Yeah.
The internet, the YouTube guys have we'll say, let me see, with all the people reviewing the different guns, the low end guns, and they're doing their 5,000 round tests. I think that's kind of driving a little bit of the high end market. People pushing people toward a higher end gun, but for the average guy that's never going to shoot 5,000 rounds in his gun, or 500 or 1,000,
right,
he can get away with that inexpensive gun and never really know any difference. So.
Yeah, go ahead, Brandon.
A lot of the availability issues that I'm seeing are there's a lot of politics. Anytime you have imports involved, there's a lot of politics at play. I know two companies right off the bat, two big manufacturers that used to be comm block manufacturers that have exclusive deals with one company or another where they can only import through that company, and they only build what that company wants to import because they're the only ones that they can sell it to. And so you're putting these market-driven artificial choke points on certain sectors of the industry, and that is kind of hurting a lot of the imports.
Like Bulgarian stuff only comes in through Arsenal.
Right, exactly. And the Zastava stuff can only come in.
It's not like there's 10 different people bringing Arsenal stuff in. It's only one, so they control it. It's kind of like the beers and diamonds. There's no shortage of diamonds in the world, but they control the diamond retail part of it, so that's what you pay what they want you to pay. So it's not all that way with the AK. There's some wild cards in the AK market, but I would say, but for the most part, like Brandon said, it's pretty much true. So
for example, like Century has an exclusive with Zastava, like all the Yugo, quote unquote Yugo, like Serbian AKs that you're seeing in here. It's so sad because Zastava has so many really cool projects that I would love to see enter the American market, but they won't bring them in because Century won't buy them. And if Century won't buy them, they can't sell them to anybody.
Yeah, and they make good quality stuff too. The Serbs do. So it's not,
as far as for their commercial stuff, it's not bad for the price point. It's not as good as their military stuff because obviously you're gonna have a difference between military and commercial, but I mean they do quality work.
Yeah. So what's the reason that what are the things that you think that would be good to see, and why is it that Century doesn't want those here yet, or doesn't want them here at all?
So I'm going to go out on a limb and say I'm not going to directly blame Century for this. As far as I understand there's economic factors at play. Century can't afford they got a sweetheart deal with Zastava. I don't blame them for that. That was a good move on their part, but they can't afford to bring in every AK variant under the sun.
Okay.
Just because you can't afford to bring, if they have like minimums for building, like, hey, we have to move 5,000 of these before we can bring it in. They can only pick and choose the models they think are going to sell the best. It's just sad that they can't actually openly build it and compete on an open market, if that makes sense.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Let me just remind everyone to hit the thumbs ups, okay, guys? Hit the thumbs ups, share, and all that kind of stuff, so we can let everyone know that we're doing the video over here, that we're going live on Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded. I'm going to keep taking questions from people right now. I'm hitting these guys up with some of my own questions. Did I shout out Harry's Holsters? He's also here. Harry's Holster says Sugar Mama was the direction I thought that was going to go.
That works too. That's actually preferable.
Oh, that was preferable. Of course, it's always preferable.
Yeah. I'm not that quick to throw away any resemblance of pride, but you know.
Yeah. And David Serpa says his wife is Russian and wants an AK. Cool.
Yeah. It's in the genes. It's in the genes.
Not every people think like every Russian person is into guns. I know I think it was at some show and I met a bunch of Russian people that they came up with some kind of tech, and I was talking to them about it, and they told me that where they were in Russia was very close to where Kalashnikovs were being built. So I was like, this is awesome. You know, you must have grown up just shooting AKs in the backyard and all. They're like, no, we don't like guns. Yeah.
They're very hard to get there. Their licensing process is pretty extensive,
but it's getting better over there.
Is it?
Just recently, I heard something that they're changing things, making it a little easier. Certain things, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's cool.
It's good for them.
Yeah. Tango Hunter says he'll buy one of your AKs if it takes Glock mags.
Well, he's a little out of luck. He might want to try the new what is that? The NAC 9. If you're one of the Glock mag guys,
you might be able to squeeze a Glock mag in there.
Oh, you could. No. Sure.
Breaking up a little bit. Brandon's breaking up a little bit. I don't know. Yeah. Are you there?
Am I? Yeah.
Okay. You broke up for a second there. What were you saying?
I was saying, if that's what he's talking about, slap a Glock mag in there. It's not going to work, but go for it.
It could take it.
If that makes you feel good, yes, go for it.
You could put a lot of things where they don't belong.
If that makes you feel good.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to stay quiet about that part.
That makes you feel good.
Yeah. And Kathleen Music Lover wants to know if the AK is a Russian design.
Oh yeah. Kalashnikov. He had influences, but he's a Russian.
I don't know if she's talking about the AK in general or the AK that the AK guy recently put out.
I mean,
she might be talking about the AK.
Much.
Huh?
The AK really hasn't changed very much in a modern sense since 1953. As soon as the AKM came out, I mean, that was pretty much the standard, and they look very, very similar.
The Pant says I need to finish building my Bulgarian AK-74 so I can start building my Romanian MD-63, and then I can build my Hungarian underfolder. Nice. Okay, he's an AK guy, obviously. So, you know what? I like an AK-74. What's going on with that? Like, why is it so difficult to find them? Is it the ammo situation or barrels? What's going on with that? Did we lose Brandon? I think he looks like he's frozen. What do you think, Walter?
Well, the ammunition's always been an issue. You know, it's never for a while it was really plentiful, and then it's kind of I don't know if now it's not as plentiful as far as the military stuff goes, but with all the different political situations around the world with our Russian friends and such like that.
Because no one here is making that round at all, right? Or
you could get it here if I'm not mistaken. There's some people loading it or importing it from somewhere. It's just never quite the same enthusiasm about it that there is for the 39.
Okay,
it's a great round. I mean, it's fun to shoot.
That's what I like.
I've got a couple kits that I've yet to build. A couple Bulgarian kits.
Oh, okay. Wait, can we build any of those kits as a bullpup?
One of those might turn into a Groza.
Oh, okay.
The little one. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that would be perfect for the Groza.
Yeah.
But,
did we get Brandon back? Brandon?
Earth to Brandon.
Okay. No, I think we lost him. He probably went into a dead spot. We'll get him back here in a second.
Yep.
Kiaski says Ishmash is import
Ishmash
is banned, isn't it? Or Ishmash?
Well, it's Russian. All the Russian stuff is right now. So.
Yeah. So that's probably like a big part of what's going on then,
well,
right?
No, there's I might be mistaken. I mean, seems like there's still Russian ammo in the market, but stuff from the Kalashnikov concern, the Kalashnikov business, I guess, and all its associates, or I guess they shut that down.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
Screaming Skull Saloon says, "Leave Alex Jones alone." I had
that's his comment. Okay.
Yeah.
Brandon, you back? Okay.
Well, the ammo is still fair game, to my understanding.
Oh,
the ammo
Russian
for
ammo. Well, I thought everything from the Kalashnikov concern or the Kalashnikov.
Yeah, can you hear me?
You're coming in a little broken up. So, yeah, we probably need to get Brandon in a better location.
Got to tighten that string up between the tin cans. We'll get that going here.
Yes, absolutely. Someone sent me, this looks like their KSG, Travis, sent me pictures of his kitty cat and the KSG. Ooh. I don't know if you guys can see it here. Let me see. There you go.
I see. Is it meow?
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Meow.
So there you go. Let me see. I'm going to try to go through here. Aries Firearms is in the chat as well. Shout out to him.
Big Dick Willie.
He says, hey, everyone. Big Dick Willie in here. Shout out to Big Dick Willie. Some other things going on. And Harry's Holster says, I don't get that. I prefer the 5.45. Me too. I like it, but, you know.
No, it's cool. I mean, it's nice shooting caliber for an AK. It doesn't beat you up as much when it's going off.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Do we have Brandon in? Brandon, you there? No, he's still not there. Okay. Let's while we're waiting for, let me see. Mutiny for the Cat says, can you look at that picture on your phone? Let me see. Wait, isn't that the one I just showed? I'm assuming Mutiny for the Cat is talking about this. Hold on. What is this? AK-63D. Check that one out. Maybe he wants me to show this one. AK-63D. There you go.
Okay.
Boom.
Boom. Yeah.
Boom.
AKs for everyone.
Yeah, he said scroll down to the AK.
Yeah, I gotta. Like I said, I want to maybe build that Groza, but I want to build I got all the parts to build me like a Kyber Pass gun. Would be a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Aries Firearms, $1.99, the Hank Strange.
Okay. Thank you, Aries Firearms. What does he want me to say for the $1.99?
Aries Firearms.
Okay, Aries Firearms. All right, thank you. We appreciate it. Have you noticed this, by the way? Before I go any further, Walter, look down here.
I saw that banner down there.
This is who's sponsoring our podcast now. Osprey Defense. Boom! Right there in that zone. Right there.
The Osprey zone.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for looking out for us and helping us put on the show here, helping us keep the lights on and all that kind of stuff. We appreciate it. Of course, we've got some things from Osprey Defense that we're going to be doing. The Ops 416, Walter. We got to do a video on that.
I mean, you want to build it? I mean, I could.
We're putting that in full auto, right? What are we doing?
We can. I got stuff to do it with.
Yeah. I'm not sure when's the next time we're getting together to do videos, but I'll just let me know.
Yeah, we could bring everything and do a build it and shoot it right there. Yeah,
that'll be fun. I'd like to see the fact that it could self-regulate. It would be really cool to see what goes on with all that. Like just shoot regular full auto, maybe put a suppressor on there, etc. Go through all the motions.
Yeah.
The motions of the ocean. So we probably need to get together and do some things. I've been putting out some videos from the last time we got together.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I think we probably have a couple more to put out from
today. It was so freaking bloody hot this morning. I couldn't believe it how warm it was right off the bat this morning. Man, I was like dying for a while. My dad came over and we did some stuff, and then we had some rain. It rained a little bit in the afternoon, and then it cleared up again. But yeah, just hot. I thought August was bad. No, remember September is even worse. So
yeah, we're kind of going through like a weird transition. It hasn't started to get cool yet.
Cool. What the hell is cool?
Yeah, you forgot about that. Huh? You forgot what that feels like? Is that what you're saying?
I'm waiting for that morning where I walk out the door and it's like, oh, yes, this is nice. Yeah.
Those cold mornings. I like cold mornings in Florida, man, where it's like down in the 30s.
Yeah,
low 30s.
It don't have to be that cold, but
I like it. You don't like it?
Well, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Aries Firearms is asking me, Walter, did you finish the Rattler stocks? We have Rattler stocks. That's basically we've had those for a while. So
yeah.
For the Sig Rattler, we've got those. So
yeah,
if you want me to bring one out there, maybe I can.
Go ahead.
I'll bring the Rattler with me to the shoot. So
yeah. Moobut says there's a high of 68 on Saturday.
Oh man, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it.
And Warsaw Patriot wants me to tell Brandon that he's in the chat. Okay, Brandon, are you there? I don't know if he's there.
Hurt the Brandon.
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. What's up?
Perfect. 2 minutes before I'm in a really good Wi-Fi situation. I just wanted to come in and let you guys know that I was dropping out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No worries. So you're maneuvering into a better situation, you're saying, right?
Yes. And then I can provide a 100% Hank Strange live, guys.
Awesome. We're looking forward to it. Yeah, we understand. You're a busy guy. I know you're putting on a show. We got to talk about the show that you have coming up as well, once you get a chance.
Putting on a show?
Yeah, there's a show that Brandon's. You want to talk about it real quick?
Yeah, sure. If I've got a second. We're putting on the 2018 Stark Expo this weekend, unrelated to Marvel. It's one of my other companies, Stark Media Group. And we're trying to fight a hurricane currently because there's a lot of flooding in the area and a lot of the vendors are worried. So we've been maneuvering left, right, sideways, trying to figure out how to get the show to completely come to fruition without everybody treading through, 3 feet of water to get here.
Yeah. So where exactly is this show going down?
It's at 37 PSR. It's a shooting range in Bun Level, North Carolina. It's actually pretty cool. It's a little range that a lot of the I think a lot of the JSOC guys they have matches there and whatnot. So we're taking it over for the weekend and got a bunch of good people out there. Radiant Weapons, Rugged Suppressors, EDC Tactical. A lot of very, very cool vendors coming out.
Oh, cool. Okay, and how was that place affected by the hurricane that went through?
The worst part is it's not affected at all. I mean, it looks great, still has power. It's not flooded. It's the roads getting there that
getting to
problem that transportation isn't affected.
Okay. Yeah. Lots of 4x4s.
Well, you 4x4 can only go so deep, and then it's,
that's true. That's true.
And then it's a rescue.
Yeah, that is floating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the unfortunate part. That's why I was planning on being someplace for this. I'm sorry, guys, but I found out about 12 ways not to be able to get home. So,
yeah. Lewis 1911 Walter says, Walter, where can I send you some toys? I'm in Texas. I'll send them from Walmart. So do you want to give an address of where people can send some toys?
Yeah, sure. I'll give you the shop address, which is the best place to send it, which is. How about I type it in the chat? Yeah.
Absolutely. Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, I can say it and type it too, but
yeah, go ahead and say it. I'll pull it up here real quick.
Okay. It's Safety Harbor Firearms, 985 Harbor Lake Drive, and that's unit number 5. Safety Harbor, Florida, 34695.
Oh, I'm about to subscribe you to some weird shit.
Uh-oh.
Thanks, everybody. Yeah.
And Brandon, what Brandon's into.
Oh, dear. Sugar Daddy Express or something, I mean.
I might know some people.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to put out some disclaimers.
Yeah.
Like, this is all a joke.
Yeah. No.
Please don't
of
actually
course.
send me those DMs.
Oh, please, please do, please do, people, please do.
Oh, great, and you done did it.
Yeah, because I just want to see Brandon post this on his Instagram. Be like, damn you, Hank Strange, damn you. So cool. So there, I put the address in here.
Don't worry. Anything that gets sent to me, I'm forwarding to you. So.
Oh no, thank you. Keep it all to yourself. That's okay, Brandon. It's all you, man. You can have it.
I don't believe in suffering alone, Hank.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I did put the address up there. So if anyone,
and that's number. Put that to number 5, unit 5.
Okay, hold on. Let me put this again. SHF.
I mean, it'll get there. They know where we're at, but I mean, that's the actual. You know, if you get a newbie, a delivery person like on Amazon, sometimes you never know where the hell it's going to end up. So
yeah, and you know, we appreciate it. We actually do appreciate anyone.
Yeah, that's very cool. I mean, like Brian Witt says in that stuff, and it's like I got this box. I was like, what's in the box? Toys. Oh, cool. And cool toys too, not just like, you know, all toys are cool, but these toys look a bit, you know, a little bit up the food chain.
Vanessa Kitty says, "Are they going to give it to the kids for the holidays?"
Yes, it's part of just, you know, the Marines collect toys. Well, it's part of that, and I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, so. And then Kathleen Music Lover says, "Unit ?" Yeah, it's a big, massive industrial complex.
You wrote Unite, actually.
Oh, I wrote Unite. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. My bad.
That's okay.
I see it now. Yeah.
Unite, brother.
Unite. Unite the safety harbors.
Unite the toys. Bring them to me now.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but everything's getting to the children's. Yes, the children's.
Yeah. So, and then Vanessa Kitty says, "Why Walmart? I can get ones from military base."
You can buy it anywhere you like, sweetheart.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just for if you can't make it to Florida and you do want to send toys to help out the kids, that's awesome.
Yeah,
we appreciate
don't have to.
it.
Nobody's telling you got to, but if you want, great.
Yeah. There's some people who do want to do it, and we appreciate all of those people. Looks like Greg 98K is in here as well.
And you can do it after the, you know, if it happens after this weekend, that's fine too. You got all the way up till Christmas, so, or close to it, you know, before they hand out stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll be also doing stuff with the in that toy drive as it gets closer to gathering toys. Usually military vehicle guys get together and haul a bunch of toys and bicycles and pick them up at different locations and deliver them all to Central Point. So
yeah. And the Tyven Show says, "Walter, that would be a great name for a gun."
Unit 5.
Yeah. Hank Strange.
Unit 5.
Yeah. You know, Unit 5. Yeah.
Oh, here it goes. How big is Walter's unit?
Yeah. 5.
5. Yeah, 5. Just
is Brandon still there? Did we lose him?
You might want to go for like.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we're losing him a little bit.
Unit 9, I think.
Unit 9.
Unit 9, okay, yeah.
Brandon says go for Unit 9.
Yeah.
You're going to go big. Go big. Go big or go home.
Go big.
On your unit.
Well, hell, the other unit we have is Unit 14, so there you go.
Ooh, there you go. There you go. All right. That's getting in the zone, I guess.
But anyways, yeah, so.
Yeah.
I'll go to the children's. Yep.
Yeah, cool. So while we're waiting for Brandon to get set up there, I could probably hit you guys up. You know what? When I pull up your address on Google, I see a picture of your, speaking of your unit.
The Mark 14?
The thing that looks like a Christmas tree?
The Mark 48?
Is that your, it looks like a little tank. What is that thing that you have that looks like a little tank?
Oh, the fifth wheel that goes behind the Mark?
It's,
At my place?
Yeah, and you have Christmas lights all over it.
There's the ferret. The ferret.
Yeah, the ferret. Yeah.
Yes.
So, for anyone who's interested, you can Google Safety Harbor Firearms.
Yeah.
So that is always a thing. So you know what? Let me go into this real quick with what happened on YouTube for the folks out there who want to know. So we got a message over the week. Actually, I think on Friday, they decided to delete a video. I think it was episode 168, and we were talking about ATF rules, right? So they decided to delete it. We were wondering if we got a strike. Why was it a problem? All those kinds of things. Then on Sunday, I guess they took even closer looks at it, and then they decided we violated the terms of service, so that the deletion would stand, and we would get a strike. So therefore, we would not be able to go live. We contested it, and complained, did a bunch of different things. People gave us some ideas of things to do. We went through that whole process. Of course, we've been through this before. So this evening, I got this letter. So it says, I just heard back from your internal team. Let me provide you with more information. To give you more background about how we evaluated the video and the actions we took, YouTube prohibits videos that this is the letter, so it's probably a typo, that we encourage dangerous or illegal activities. So they probably meant to put in that we think encourage dangerous or illegal activities. We took a look at a number of factors when reviewing this type of content, and certain videos can remain on the site based on a number of considerations, including but not limited to the following. So it says, if there is no immediate risk of serious injury or death, if the individuals involved are trained professionals, if the content is supported by appropriate educational or documentary information. So it says your video was flagged by the community and has been reviewed by our enforcement team. Upon further review, we determined that the content falls short of our policy interpretation, and we have reinstated your video. Any actions taken against your account have also been reversed. So it says, so please see this article for more information about the importance of context. So they sent me an article that has to do with context. And basically that's saying, like, if you do certain things, here, they want you to be explicit in stating the context of what you're doing. I thought it was pretty obvious because we were talking about news, and we do that here all the time, right, Walter?
Yeah. I don't context. Is that like one of those words where your context isn't the same as my context?
I don't understand what that really means. I mean, this is a live show where we're talking to each other. Most of the time, we're doing this show live indoors, and we're not shooting.
No.
Or doing anything like that. We're just talking. A lot of it's comedy, banter.
It could be, serious, or it could be, like tiki stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Rick and Morty tiki stuff,
Yeah. When we read news articles or we react to news articles, we say, hey, how about this article? We even share it. And we're like, and usually I say, hey, I'll share it with you guys. You can take a look at it here, or this is how
we're not making it up.
Yeah. So I guess we had that going for us maybe with all of this when it came up. So, good thing we dealt with that. It's unfortunate that we have to, do all of this stuff. Yeah. But I always tell people when these things happen to definitely, fight back and try to get them to understand what's going on here if you possibly can. Richard Hughes, by the way, gave us $2. He says, can we say BXXP space SXXXX ?
Richard Hughes, you're such a wise guy.
Yeah.
You're a troublemaker, all right? Troublemaker.
Cool. And I'm at a stationary location with Wi-Fi now, so thank God.
Awesome. Brandon's back in the building. So there you go. All right. So I don't know if you guys have other questions, let us know here. But that's basically what happened with the YouTube thing. I think when this kind of stuff goes down, people need to definitely try to reach out to them, and like say, hey, you guys need to take another look at this and consider under what context we're doing it.
Whose context? What context? Where the hell did I context?
Right. Greg 98K says, my hair is tier 1, me. Hank's hair is tier 1, so he's professional. Oh, yeah. Can we be considered professional in any context?
Not doing this.
No, I don't think so.
Not really.
Yeah. But we're
That's
always
what these
safe.
podcasts are for, though, right? That's we get to check our professional hats at the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm checking the hat at the door, okay?
Yeah. It's mostly comedy. It's mostly comedy.
Yes. It's supposed. I keep it light. If it gets too serious, it's no fun.
Right. We discussed the news and things like that. Look, we were all happy, Brendan, by the way, when we saw the news in the firearm blog that you released a gun, an AK. And by the way, just for context, we're not selling that gun here. We're just talking. We're talking to a dude.
Yes.
It just happens to be in the news.
Yes. It is news. I just said it was in the firearm blog. Yes. And we have him on so he could discuss it with us.
As much as I love the firearm blog and their coverage of me, you have to use the quotation news when talking about the firearm blog. Because they are a blog, after all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Hey, listen, you've got to use that with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. Especially mainstream news.
Yeah. I tell people to put a little bit of this in everything. Yeah. No.
I'll let that one stand.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. So can you show us this proposed? Do you have one?
I actually do.
Oh, look at that.
Let me just check my back pocket and look, a Kalashnikov.
Everyday carry.
So this here with the brand new.
I heard standard wood, but you went out for a second, so start again if you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem. This is the AKG-47. This is our standard model, the 899 one with the Romanian wood. Comes with everything you see on it here, including the new X-Tech Mag 47 AK Mag. So those are the ones that, if you remember, John Patton blew up the mound of magazines out in the desert.
Okay.
This is the company he was working with to do that.
Oh, and that was what company was that again?
X-Tech.
X-Tech. Okay.
And I will absolutely whore myself out to the right bidder. So just a reminder, you can type in the AK guy for 5% off for your X-Tech purchase. People are like, I'm not for sale. I'm like, oh shit, you just haven't given me the right price.
We're learning so much about Brandon today.
Well,
listen, every man has his price.
Yep.
Yeah, for some men it's just a sandwich. Yeah, for some guys it's just a little bit more than that.
Yep.
So, all right. So, Brandon, what are the what separates? Where did he go? Are you still there, Brandon? Okay, we lost him. We got to get him back on.
Tighten the string up.
Yeah. Richard Hughes says he's got standard wood right there. I know that's coming.
Standard wood.
Yeah. I know someone was going to say, well, what if I want Italian wood? What if I want German?
Okay, there we go. Okay.
Some African. What if we want African wood?
African wood. Then go to Africa.
Yeah. Or morning wood. Whatever works for you.
I get my Wi-Fi back, and you guys are talking about African wood and morning wood.
Yeah, can you see us? I can't actually see you. You there?
Here we go.
Okay. All right.
Man, I'm sorry we're having so many technical difficulties today. This is killing me.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Are you on your phone still?
Yeah, and I've got perfect Wi-Fi, perfect everything. That's what's driving me crazy. I should be fine.
But for some weird reason, when you talk, you're not coming up in the I've got to manually put you on there.
Really?
So,
is that the audio issue? Should I talk a little louder?
No.
Walter, go ahead and talk.
Hello. This is almost Mr. Hank.
Okay,
Strange.
Walter's not coming on either. Let me see.
Oh, not? Oh, then you got something pucked up there, Hank Strange.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. So Brandon, talk, and Walter, tell me if you see Brandon show up.
All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit and see if I show up.
Okay, all right. So then maybe it's just here on my computer.
Okay,
all right,
cool.
so we'll just go in like this. Seems like everything's working. All right, so you're back. We were talking about the quality of the wood.
Oh, the quality of my wood. Got it. Okay, well, I didn't think I'd be talking about that today, but okay. I'll roll with the punches.
Yes. Big Dick Willie, by the way, says he's got wood for that AK.
I believe that he does.
Yeah.
Something about that
Oh,
name.
we're not off the rails at
Oh,
all.
dear. Okay.
Not off the rails at all. Okay.
Speaking of guns, let's see here.
Yeah. Let's so give us some details, Brandon, about the gun. Like, what close-up details can you tell us? I'm trying to get some stuff that wasn't in, that wasn't in any of the articles that came out, so folks can have an idea.
So, basically, the standard rundown is that this is your standard AKM in 7.62 by 39. It's got a side rail scope mount on it. It's Cerakoted by We Plead the Cerakote's done by We Plead the Second. The engraving, if you can see the logo there on the side, and on the trunnion, where normally you'd see serial numbers and factory marks because it's surplus, you have AKG 47. So we didn't have to grind off. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
We didn't have to grind off any numbers or anything like that, like some people have to do, because those numbers aren't really, you don't have to be there. It's not like they're ATF serialized, but these just came in so virgin, like there's nothing written there, so we just lasered AKG 47.
So what does your logo look like again? Can we see that?
Sure. Let me see. The light's got to catch it right, but
okay.
So the AK guy.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Just let me know if you guys have questions here that are serious.
And even some that are not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is
sure.
that Viagra wood on the AK at Hank Strange?
No, some serious questions. Okay. So what about the finish on there, Brandon? What is the finish on the gun?
The finish is, I believe it's graphite black, and the Cerakote is all applied by We Plead the Second out in Arizona, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is partly Leah Speed's company. I think she owns a good percentage of that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. When I went there, I didn't get a chance to meet her or anything, but that's what I've been told.
Okay. Yeah.
But they do a phenomenal job on the lasering and the Cerakote.
Oh, sweet. Okay. All right. So, so they did. You said We Plead the Second did the Cerakoting and all that kind of stuff. And what other work did they do?
They also do all the laser engraving. So on the trunnion where you see AKG 47, and on the side of the receiver where you see the AK Guy logo, that was all done by them.
Oh, okay.
They do some magic on that laser engraver, I'll tell you that.
All right, cool. So what other details do we get with the gun? Is the trigger standard?
Sure. The trigger is a polished Tapco G2, just worked up a little bit so it's a little smoother. The barrel is something we were excited about because you get a lot of US-made barrels on guns at that price point. This one is actually a Romanian cold hammer forged barrel, which is pretty exciting. So that's to have a cold hammer forged barrel. AK guys, man, we are the worst. We are very picky. We are very, very picky about our stuff. So a lot of people definitely, I won't buy unless it has cold hammer forged. So I knew that was something that we were going to have to be able to provide. But at the $8.99 price point, it was a little iffy, but we found a way to do it.
Okay. And how many of these are you guys making? Have you sold them all? You know what? I just noticed too. My overlay disappeared too. You guys can't see that, can you? That's
no.
Weird.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah. So how many of these are you guys making?
So right now we're contractually obligated kits wise to do at least 20 a month. But although given the response to these, it's been incredibly positive. We actually sold out of our classic guns in the first 30 hours or so. And so we're probably going to crank that up. I would like to see it at least 100 a month. And you can never tell from the early excitement and whatnot what's, the first big push and then what it levels off to. So you got to be kind of careful with that. But I would very, very much like to see these because my whole goal here was to put something on the shelf at FFLs across the country that is a good base model, mid-level AK offering. Mm-hmm. So to be able to provide that at the $8.99 price point, something that can actually go out to dealers and have dealer margin so it can be up on shelves, that was the whole goal. We're not making a lot of money on these, frankly, especially once it goes out to dealers. We're not making a fortune. What we do make off these goes right into R&D for all the AK-50 and the other projects that we're working on. So the big thing here was to get that good offering in the AK world for a brand new American assembled, American built gun with forged trunnions, forged barrel, cold hammer forged barrel, and just all the fixins.
Okay.
As we say in the South.
All right. Very cool. Let me see what else. There's a couple of other questions I wanted to ask. I don't know if you guys have any questions here that you want to ask.
I've been requested to ask you, Hank Strange, to
Uh-huh.
what was I been requested? I received a text from one of our flock.
Okay.
It begins with a T.
Mm-hmm.
Could you ask Hank to lock it on him and ask? Oh wait. Oh, sorry. Ask him to do a front to rear close up of the AK.
Okay. All right. So here, I'll lock it on Brandon. There we go.
Oh sure.
And,
yeah. Shit. I forgot. I was only doing it when I was talking.
Yeah.
So I guess I do want to do like a.
Yeah. Just so folks can get a look at this.
Channel my best Vanna White here.
There you go. So there's your muzzle device. It's got that slant. There you go.
Yeah, so it's got a slant brake on.
Yeah. So Walter, like, what kind of things are you looking for? Like, I know obviously you don't have this gun in the hand, Walter. If you were looking at it, what would you be looking specifically on the gun?
Rivets and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff. Sight alignment. Always look down the thing, make sure it's not cattywampus.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen crooked barrels, crooked sights.
Yeah. How's the dust cover? Can we get the dust cover off, Brandon?
Good. Yeah, that's being a good tight dust cover fit.
Good tight dust cover fit. This is definitely nice and tight.
There you go.
Just the general, how the parts like the receiver and the trunnion meet together and gaps.
Yeah.
Gaps in where where things meet and things like that.
Is the recoil spring coated?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay.
We just we oil it before it goes out.
Yeah, most springs are spring.
Yeah. Okay.
Not to them.
Yeah. And then can we get a look in there just to see because I know you said that it's a upgraded trigger.
Yeah, polished fire control group. Let me see here. Let me reset it for you. That way you can take a look in there. You see that G2 is nice and shiny.
Yeah. Okay, very cool. Very cool.
And this one we shot a little bit. We shot this one at the JMac social media shoot, and I actually took this down to the Iraq Vet crew. I was down in Atlanta for a couple days for work, and we let them take a look at it. And we ended up trading the Moss Pond guys. I traded for a 308 Sega for a project I'm working on.
Who was that for Moss Pond?
It was who was there that day? Ray was there.
Ray, okay, that's what I was thinking. Okay. Yeah.
Ryan.
Ray's cool. All the guys from Iraq Veteran are cool.
I have nothing negative to say about the Iraq Vet crew. They've been more than kind this entire time.
Yeah, and J-Mac's cool too, man. I saw you were doing stuff out there with them.
Oh yeah. I forgot I was wearing the shirt. J-Mac is they're an awesome crew, phenomenal crew.
Yeah, we're trying to get them to come on the show at some point. We got to get those two on the show.
Absolutely. They're great people, and I'll tell you what, if you let Ash on the show, you're not gonna get a word in edgewise. She'll take over. She'll take your job.
Fine by me. It's fine by me. I don't know if you know who we're talking about, Walter.
I think I do.
Yeah. Good guys. I think the last time I saw them was at NRA. Trying to remember, but yeah, aren't they in West Virginia? No.
Yeah. An undisclosed location in West Virginia.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I won't disclose any more than that.
Yeah. No, I was about to say that's why I was about to say where they're from. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let me not do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool. Let's see. You know what? I might need to Mutiny for the Cat says send one to Rob Ski. Okay.
I've gotten that request more than anything in the world. And the guy's got my phone number. People act like there's a big Polish PO box that I could just send rifles to. Like, I'm sure the guy wants money because I'm sure he's tired of doing.
Well, you're gonna have to send that to him with. Yeah, exactly. You're gonna have to send about 5,000-10,000 rounds of ammo.
I know he's tired of doing them too, because I think I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I think when we ran into each other at SHOT Show one of those times, I asked him about it. He's like, "Oh God, please make it stop. I don't want to." Because I don't know if anybody here has tried to put 5,000 rounds through something like very quickly in like a weekend or something.
It depends on what it is. 5,000 rounds is a lot of rounds.
You need to build one with a fun switch, and it's a lot easier.
Yeah, exactly. With a semi-auto, that shit's tough, man.
It's still, yeah, even with the fun switch, it's still not going to be an easy deal.
Oh no, no,
We've torture tested stuff. You know, it's not easy.
No, people think it's a fun job until about 800 rounds, and then they realize very quickly.
Yeah,
what I'm talking about.
This gets old real fast.
Yeah.
So, let's see what else we have. Someone says the cam is locked on me. Is it locked on me?
Yeah, when you did the pass of the gun, it didn't really go to him. It did for a second, then it went back to you.
Oh, okay, that's weird. All right, you guys might have to talk amongst yourselves here. I might have to restart my thing. Let me see how exactly I'm going to do that here for a second. You all keep going. I'm going to try to.
Meanwhile, while Hank Strait touches himself and starts his thing.
Yeah, I got to restart my thing.
We are.
Give me a second.
How's the weather in Carolina? That's what I'm saying.
Pretty shitty. We had a hurricane.
All right, it's been pretty.
It's our turn for once, right?
Well, you know, I can't say that we were like saying please come our way, but
yeah. About time you guys had a break.
But my sister lives in Hilton Head, and she got a break. She didn't get no. They had nothing, as far as I know. So
it was supposed to hammer South Carolina really hard.
Yeah.
It was supposed to hit them hard.
And then they said it was going to go towards Atlanta, and didn't do that. So, so much for the weather guys, and they're guessing. But
yeah. Well, to be totally fair to them, and my husband just died, so now you're.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so then let's see here. Then you got the Weather Channel. You got the CNN guys playing in the water, which is always good, and the Weather Channel people. Pictures? Yeah, it's like, oh, it's blowing so hard, and the people walking right by in the background. You know, it's like,
people have been texting me all week saying, like,
"Are you alive? Are you alive? You okay? You okay?
Are you okay?" Like, no, guys, you don't understand. Like, the news is really loving their doomsday ratings and all. Like, we're fine.
Yes.
I text them pictures of my front yard, like blue skies, everything's fine. Like, we're okay.
Well, I guess if you live in the low part, and you're down near a creek or a river, some people are having a really bad day. But
there's areas that are pretty messed up. Like the Cape Fear is really high. If you're one of the people that are living around the Cape Fear, you're kind of having a rough go at things. But I mean, 99% of everybody is okay down here. Like it's the flooding that's really the problem. The hurricane really hit.
Yeah, because all that water up in the mountains got to come down somewhere. So
exactly, which is weird because it stopped raining here like 3 days ago, but today was when the water crested. Like the Cape Fear was at its max today.
Wow.
Okay, how's that? Am I in?
No, your thing is back.
Okay, cool.
Brandon is still front and center.
Oh, okay.
As much as I love being the center of attention, let's figure that one out.
Well, when I talk, am I popping up now? No, it's still not. It's so weird.
You're still you're the little guy on the side next to me over here. Like
yeah, that's and then so what about now?
Nope.
Yeah,
Brandon's still front and center.
Yeah, I have no idea how to do anything about that. Some kind of weird. See, this is what happens when you go back
to the old channel.
When they shut off your live and then you go right back.
Yeah, they figured out
this is what happens.
They can't shut you down, but they'll just dick with your live streams in real time. That's how they get paid back.
It's stuck on Brandon?
Yes.
Oh, that is weird. Yeah, Alaskan Ballistics. Okay, still not me, huh? No matter what I do. Okay, Alaskan Ballistics.
Those guys in the chat. Alaskan Ballistics. I recognize Harry's holsters. I recognize they're pretty good with engagement. I remember you guys. Excuse me if I can say it today.
So Alaskan Ballistics says, sorry to see Strike Tube screwing with your channel, Hank. Thanks for all you do. Y'all going to come and shoot a moose with that AK-50. Hashtag guard every school. Very cool. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on, to be honest with you guys. Let me see. Yeah. I'm trying to. Somehow it's made Brandon. I'm going to blame Brandon for this.
It's all my fault, Hank.
Hey, it's the Brandon show. That's
Somehow it's like made him in charge of the podcast. So it's all locked on. You don't have any controls, right, Brandon? You can't go and.
I have nothing. I
no
can't
control of this.
Yeah, that is so weird. I tell you, that's so weird.
It's just it's my attention whoring. I had to take over.
Yeah. All right. So you guys keep talking. I'm going to try one more time to drop out and come back in. You guys keep talking amongst yourselves. Yeah, keep talking amongst.
Isn't that Hank Strange such a loser? Oh. Anyways, okay.
Well, let's see out the Hank Strange situation.
Yes, welcome back. Are we all ready for the 2019 SHOT Show?
Yeah, right. Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Actually, I got to start getting ready for that. Actually.
Okay. How about now? How about
well,
now?
Now that the only guy who hasn't built the 50 cal here in the chat is here.
Oh crap! Is it still not working? It's still not working, is it?
You lost your banner.
Oh, okay. But am I popping up now? Nope. Still not popping up.
I'm bigger than you, actually. To be honest with you. And then Brandon's bigger. Oh, there's your banner.
Yeah, getting the banner back not so difficult, but I don't know what the hell else. What the hell else is going on with all this?
We don't have any side stuff either. The sidebar that comes open where you can.
Yeah, I mean it's switching for me now, which it wasn't doing before.
Oh, wait a minute. There we go.
Yeah, from where I'm seeing it, it's switching between you guys. Just fine.
Yeah, it's switching. Yeah, it's switching.
All I see is Brandon large and us small. So.
Oh, okay.
Did you click on my screen? Like, did you?
Oh,
yeah. Maybe you've got it locked, Walter. That's why.
Oh, okay. Now I'm big time.
Oh, there you go. All right, cool. Okay, so we're all good.
Oh, okay. Now Hank's back big time. Okay.
There we go.
This is how it goes down sometimes, but it's
amateur hour on YouTube.
Yeah. You guys are talking about 50s without me.
No, we said you sucked. That's what.
Oh yeah, I believe it. Okay, so let me ask. Okay, I'm sure there's lots of questions that folks have out there. Let us know what questions you have. Brandon, here's my question for the next gun. Before I don't know. Well, when does the AK-50 come in relation to this gun?
Okay, so wait, in relation to which gun?
You've got the 47 that's out.
Yes.
Okay, so are we going to see the AK-50 soon, or are we going to see other guns come out before the AK-50?
So that's a two-part question. So first off, let me just give a status update on the AK-50 for everybody. Just let everybody know where we're at.
Do you have one there? Sorry.
I don't have one here.
Oh, okay.
But that's because we're working on getting the V3 going. We still have the same D1 prototype that I showed off at one point, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
We still have that one. That's kind of old faithful. That's the one that we got, cycling, extracting, ejecting. We proved the concept. We got it actually magazine feeding. It was just everything we wanted it to be to figure out and get test data from. That was the gun.
Okay.
The V2, and then later on, like the V2 never got made because we just ended up changing so much and making so many modifications after data we got from the V1. So then we moved to the V3, which we've been testing and tweaking. We're just now getting our first parts back from that. Like we have a barrel extension. We've got a barrel now, a gas block, and getting some handguards soon. So we've got, we're waiting on the bolt carrier, and receiver, and then we're going to start throwing this thing together. And then you're going to see a lot of progress in the next 3 weeks or so, 4 weeks.
Yeah. Okay. Opt out of gun control says, why isn't the AKG 47 called back? I'm pretty sure I know Brandon's answer is going to be because Hank is not the sugar daddy.
No, Hank is indeed not the sugar daddy, but we can probably get together sometime and do the Hank 47 or whatever you'd like.
I'm down. I'm there, man. I'm there. So the question the thing I wanted to know in between all of that, while you're moving forward with the 50, I know what version did I see when I saw you in North Carolina?
At the Barnauls thing.
Yeah.
That was the V1. That's our Frankenstein looking prototype. Yeah.
Okay.
That was the one that we got to work.
Okay. So there's a couple questions here. Let me see. I'm going to ask mine first, just so I don't forget it. When are we getting a bullpup?
Okay. So you just made a guy named Chuck very happy. He's one of the guys who works in the shop, and he's just got a bullpup obsession. And he's always trying to you like this bullpup? You like this bullpup? And he's
what's wrong? There's nothing wrong with having a bullpup obsession. What are you talking about?
I don't even and I don't mind bullpups that bad, but he's turned me into the Scrooge McDuck of bullpups. I hate them all. And,
oh boy, you sound like Walter now.
I don't hate them all. That's not true.
No, Walter's getting tired of me saying, when are we going to do a bullpup?
I just like bullpups that are more military versus the civilian thing. So, yeah.
I mean, the 50 is a good candidate for it, frankly. Kind of like the Barrett, at least. not a true bullpup where the trigger guard is or trigger group is in front of the magazine, but like a semi bullpup where, you know, the trigger is forward and you rest your cheek on the receiver, kind of like the Barrett, just because there's so much area there.
I don't like the idea of having 50 cal right next to my head.
I don't either, and that's what I tell people.
And I mean, Barrett tried it and they don't do it anymore. So
someone else. What's the name of the guy, Brandon? Those guys. Is it George Saint something? Do you know what I'm talking about?
The bullpup 50.
There were these guys who were making a bullpup 50.
So there's the GM6 Lynx. Or is that who you're thinking about?
No, there was this guy. There was this. I think.
I know exactly. Like the Legend 50 or something. Was that it?
It was the guy. I think he's Australian or something like that. I thought you knew that. There was a. Is it George St. Pierre or something like that? There was a guy that developed a 50. I think he was from Australia or something like that was doing a 50. I thought you knew him.
I don't think so. There's two I'm thinking about. The GM6 Lynx is the one that the Canadian one, I think.
Okay.
And that was the one that's I think it's the recoil operated bullpup 50 that scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, the barrel reciprocates and the bolt comes back and then it unlocks and then it goes forward and it's kind of cool to watch it in slow-mo.
It's very cool if you're removed from it, like just watching it work as a machine, but I am scared as hell of having that thing operate right under my chin.
Oh yeah, well I don't like that whole my face right there. No.
Yeah.
Survey says no.
Okay, so here's a really funny psychological thing for you guys. So when we're testing the 50, it did not take very long for me to actually get behind it and, you know, start pumping out rounds, me personally, you know, holding the gun. But we didn't have a dust cover for it. And the dust cover, integrally speaking, like structurally, does jack shit for the gun. Like, it's not going to save you. If anything goes wrong, like, that is just thin-ass aluminum with a Picatinny rail on it. It's not going to do anything for you.
Mm-hmm.
But it is so damn scary to watch that much mass reciprocate in your direction that quickly. It's just better to have the dust cover there to hide it so you don't see it. And then you're okay.
Mm-hmm.
It could keep miscellaneous pieces of miscellaneous stuff from flying out at you, but you know, little pieces and parts. But yeah, it's not going to save you in a catastrophic.
It might slow the momentum a little bit.
I'll put it this way: if it goes that bad, you've got bigger problems.
Yeah. So, all right.
Timon was asking me to ask Brandon about barrel length and link size and option. There's, you know, standard one size for your gun, or is there? Okay. And
so we have a 20-inch barrel version and like probably a 27, 28-inch barrel version. The 20-inch is just totally cosmetic. It just looks fucking cool. Like every rendering that we've done, the 20-inch is always what everybody wants. That's the cool guy gun. But of course, for people who actually want something that can reach out and touch, the 50 cal doesn't really get a very full powder burn until at least like 26 inches.
Oh, okay. I think Timon was talking about your AK primarily.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just pretty much just a 16.5-inch version, just a standard AK.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we've always done an 18, a 22, and a 29 on the 50 cals.
What kind of results do you get out of the longer barrel? Is it really worth it, like the 29?
As far as like feet per second, or just accuracy, or
well, both.
Feet per second, it's about 2,600 if I'm not mistaken, with just ball, like Lake City ball. Mm-hmm. They say between 29 and 36, all the powder's burnt. That's whoever they are.
Yeah.
I know, remember we tested we tested with suppressors, and you get definitely more quiet.
Oh yeah. Oh well, suppressor. Yeah. That whole arrangement worked better. But you got to remember, and I try to remember, tell people is you get longer than a 29-inch barrel. If you put it all assembled as one unit, it's 54 inches long. Mm. It doesn't fit it. It's already past the standard case. Yep. Assembled. So if you start having these ginormous barrels, there's no case you're going to fit the gun into.
Yeah. This is why you go bullpup.
And you can't fit it into. You can't. Well, okay, Hank Strange, yes. But then you have problems fitting them in your safe.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's not going to fit in a safe, you know, and we must be safe nowadays, right?
Although my official statement on that is, why the hell would you put something that beautiful and expensive? Just put it on a damn man.
On the coffee table.
Right? Not enough people have the swords over the fireplace these days.
Yeah, like just put it right out there for your guests.
Weapons belong in the home. Let's just display them.
I have a 1919 semi-auto that a friend of mine bought years ago. He never shot it, but he used to have it set in his living room on the tripod, just sitting there, just so he could watch it. So,
yeah, nothing wrong with that.
And if it's NFA, you can just sit there and watch your investment appreciate.
Well, this one wasn't, but yeah.
It's always enjoyable to see the look on people's faces when they come visit.
There's a gun sitting in the...
Yeah. So let's see. Red Bear wants to know 22 LR AK trainer. That's his comment. Walter, you had a 22 AK trainer, but I don't know if you're planning on doing something like that, Brandon. That might be cool. Because the one that Walter has, I think that's not common, right, Walter?
No, it's an MPI 69. It's East German.
Oh, that's very
built.
cool.
Built as a 22, not an AK conversion or anything. Yeah, so
that's very cool. Very cool. The only one I had back in the day, I had an Arms Core 22 clone, which I mean, it was really just like an Arms Core like M1100 or something like that was dropped into an AK chassis.
Right. Makes it look like it. Yeah. But, the Romanians actually, I have a parts kit. The Romanians actually made an AK trainer that's a dedicated AK trainer. And those parts came into the country a while back, but they haven't any recently. They brought in whole guns actually a while. Century did, I think, but not recently.
I know VSG did one too.
Yeah.
Their Rebel 47 or something like that.
Yeah, the GSG stuff actually looks like an AK. I mean, it feels like an AK. I've got one of the MP44s, and it feels like a real MP44, like heavy. Yeah. But, it goes pew, pew, pew.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I actually had one of those at one point. I had one, but I couldn't get the damn thing to operate right. Like the magazines kept failing on me. I ended up getting rid of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So here's the thing, Brandon. One day you come visit us, we'll go out shooting, and we'll do like an AK thing, man. Walter, Walter will bring that full auto AK, bunch of other cool AKs he had. I'm sure you have some too.
Yeah, I'll bring
all you have to do is bring that 50 so we can shoot it. And
I'll tell you what. Shit, what part of Florida are you guys out of again? I know you're in Safety Harbor.
He's in Gainesville.
I'm just outside of Gainesville. So,
well, shoot, I have to go down there. I'm gonna be down there for a week and a half next week, and then I'm gonna be down there again at the end of October.
Okay.
So we can probably set something up. I don't know. Don't threaten me with a good time.
End of October sounds good, right, Walter?
What's
going on in October? Let me
I have Knob Creek. The second weekend of October is Knob Creek for me, but
end of October might work.
Yeah, I think. After that, next thing for me is SHOT Show in January. So
I know. I spell of shows during the sales. Period.
One of the things is, like, I know that we have to start ramping up everything that we need to do because the real gun season is going to start kicking off.
As soon as it cools off. Yeah.
So there's going to be a bunch of videos and things like that, or things that we're building now that need to get shot and all that.
I got to build me some real full auto AKs. I got to do that before we start doing that again. Yeah. So.
Yes, absolutely. Full auto AKs. Yes.
Yeah. Speaking my language.
Yeah. Joshua Levy wants to know, or he says, please ask Brandon what kind of work is needed to suppress the AKG-47 without getting an AK specific suppressor. So if you go back to the AKG that you had there, it looks like the muzzle device comes off easy enough, right?
Yeah. This is a 14x1 left-hand thread. I'll just go ahead and rip that one off for you.
Yeah. You just push down. Is it a detent pin type of deal?
Yep. So, okay. So, teachable moment for those of you watching who aren't real big AK guys. And what's funny is I've seen these pop up for the AR-15, and it's funny. People are like, "Oh, this great accessory for the AR!" Like, whoa! The AK guys had that like 70 years ago. So cool it. The front sight block houses a pin that you depress here, and you can actually use that to then unscrew the muzzle device.
Yep.
And so this comes off now. And you have 14x1 left-hand threads, which is kind of an obscure, it's left-hand, so communist thread, metric thread, but that's what you have.
There you go. So there you get the same thing. Walter's doing it. Let me show Walter. You're doing it too?
Yep.
Yeah. It's the same thread, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, the 14x1 metric stuff is standard com block stuff.
Yep. Okay. So with that thread, whatever suppressor you have, like 30 cal, if you're not trying to get a specific one, I'm guessing a 30 cal, you just need an adapter, right?
Well, you got to be careful with the adapters because some adapters are loose. A lot of adapters are for muzzle brakes and things like that. You have to make sure that this is an adapter that's meant for a suppressor, so the threads are cut really, really tight.
Yeah,
and of course, I would always recommend consulting with a gunsmith or something like that just to make sure that you are concentric and you're not going to have baffle strikes, because nothing sucks worse than destroying a $1,000 suppressor and having to wait to get a new one just because you were kind of antsy.
you were in a hurry. Yes.
Yeah. So what adapter would you guys use? Do you have a specific one? It
depends on sometimes on the suppressor itself and the manufacturer of that suppressor. I know if you talk like with Gemtech about 7.62 30 for AKs, they said, well, you can send us a gun and we'll make sure that it's all straight and everything like that. And I'm like, okay, well, because the AK threads on the end, typically some are fit really nice and snug and others are like, boop, 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 boop. So,
yeah, really depends. A lot of these, so what we use is the new Romanian barrels, which are a lot better, I've seen, than some of the older barrels. Like a lot of the Comblock barrels have a tendency to be all over the place. We haven't had any issues with them. In fact, we do a lot of work with rugged suppressors, and they're going to be there at the Expo.
Okay, and rugged. Okay.
We've actually made an adapter for these that works with the rugged can mounts for the 30 cal can.
Mm-hmm.
And they've worked nicely, and we haven't had any issues with baffle strikes.
Okay. All right. So there you go. That's hopefully we answered your question there, Joshua. If you wanted to do a follow-up, let me know. Let's see what other questions have come in here.
One thing you can one way you can one way I do when I have like a 30 caliber can, I've got a piece of drill rod that's 300 diameter basically, and drop that down the bore and put your can on and look at it. And if it's not concentric, it's not centered, then no shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's one way you can check things. But yeah, it's real important that it's straight, because you blow your suppressor apart. After you waited 6 or 8, 9 months to get it, you'll be crying on the ground like a baby. So.
Yep. Even if it costs $50 just to have a gunsmith check it out and say, hey, you're good to go. It's better to go up front and just stomach it and pay it than to potentially have $1,200 in repercussions along with like a 9-month.
Yeah. Or you could get hurt too when things go bad too. So that's
Yeah. So here we go. Laggy McLaggy Lag wants to know, how do you determine the specs of the springs when designing a rifle? Is it a lot of math or trial and error?
So it's a lot of both.
Trial and error. You can have the best math in the world, and you put it together, and it goes, oh, it don't work. It's like, oh, let's just get something heavier then.
Yeah.
Well, if you're gonna do spring design, talk to a spring guy. Okay, because the spring guys can measure things and they know how springs work. Even though if you're Mr. Engineer and you think you know everything there is about everything, the spring guy knows more than you do. So talk to a spring guy. That's my advice. So.
Go ahead, Brandon.
On the 50, we had to do a lot of work with springs, and one of the things I was insistent on is that we use at least the skeleton of the standard AK spring, because I wanted, A, for parts interchangeability, but B, just for the look and for the simplicity and everything like that. So we had to do a lot. Engineering is important and the math is important, but engineering and math gets you about 80% of the way. You won't really know until you actually start throwing springs in the gun and firing it, if it's going to work, and does it work all the way, and maybe we should use something heavier. Theory is nice, and theory is good for not blowing up your parts on the first go round, but nothing works like actually putting the pieces in the guns. What happened?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, that was a good question. Let's see. What is the Lewis 1911 wants to know, what is the difference between Russian furniture and the standard?
And the what?
And the standard.
What is
what's the difference between the Russian furniture and the standard? I'm not sure.
So he might be referring to what's on my website as far as available for purchase. We've got standard Romanian furniture and the Russian red furniture.
Oh, okay.
We haven't put up pictures of the Russian red because our photographer comes down this weekend. So sorry about that. But the standard furniture is, again, the Romanian furniture like you see right here that's in all the photos. And the Russian red is it's actually Russian furniture. It's kind of like the Romanian, but it's got the typical Russian groove in the stock, and it's also dyed a very nice color red, so it is refinished.
Okay. Okay. That's cool.
And currently we only have the Russian in stock, which is making me feel really bad because people are still buying it and we don't even have photos on the website. So that
They don't know what it's look. Do you have one there?
I don't have one here with me.
Oh,
We've
okay.
got them sitting at a UPS warehouse right now because they just came back from Cerakote, but they haven't been able to ship it yet because the roads are flooded.
Yeah, the storm.
Yeah. And then Maximus 2012 is asking 9x39 question mark. So you have any intentions of diving into that ocean?
So I am not currently, but I have been involved for a long time in a couple of things, and NDAs require me not to say anymore.
Okay. All right. That's acceptable. That's acceptable.
So sorry, guys.
Yeah. Richard Hughes wants to know ballpark price on the AK-50.
So that's something that we've been working on for a long time as far as trying to hammer that price down. I would very much like, if some deals go through, which we're still in negotiation with a couple of these guys, but if some deals go through, I would very much like for retail price to be about $49.99.
Okay. And
5K.
Okay, 49. So like 5,000. Okay, Armament and Axe is asking a question about audio. I turned your audio up as much as I could here so that, you know, I know you're still a little bit quiet for folks out there.
I can get a little closer if need be.
Yeah. Let's see. Mystery Family wants to know, does anyone make a true all-metal AK-22?
The trainers are pretty good. The trainers are pretty good, but not off the top of my head, I don't know of any new production ones.
No.
Yeah. Okay. I hope the audio thing's working out for everyone. So let's see. Warsaw Patriot is back. I think he wanted us to tell you before when you were going in and out that to let you know that Warsaw Patriot is here.
Oh, very nice, very nice, very nice.
Okay.
Good to see him in the chat.
Okay.
Sincerely, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And then someone's Mystery Family says, what about a 5.7 AK? That would be epic.
Oh God. 5.7.
I wish I was as rich as that guy.
Yeah.
You can't do everything. You can try and do nothing, but you can't do everything.
I'd rather whole ass one thing than half ass, 30 things.
You got to get one thing going well, and then you can play with other stuff. That's my way of looking at things. Yeah.
Yeah. And Maximus 2012 says the 5K would be a deal. So yeah, that's actually cheaper than I thought your AK-50 was going to be.
Yeah, we were originally talking about a price point of about $69.99, so coming in about $7K, but I really wanted to try a different marketing angle on it, whereas instead of selling 60 of them at that price, I'd rather move them out bulk to dealers and distributors and things like that and try to move a couple hundred of them. Even though we're really cutting into our margin, I think it would be a lot more accessible to the average person. Because, I mean, $49.99 is, a SCAR heavy and a good optic. I think it's a lot more accessible to the average person at that price point.
Yeah. And Opt Out of Gun Control says, what's next? A 17 HMR AK?
Man, some of these, you're driving me to drink, guys. Some of these guys have like such a hard commitment to these.
No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Opt Out of Control.
Yeah, he's just mucking with you.
Yeah. He's because everyone's asking for different caliber.
Yeah, how about 218B? Come on, 218B. You got to do 218B. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna send you guys screenshots from my DMs one day to show you because I get asked to do the weirdest shit.
Oh.
Just you do 150 cal AK, and then everybody's trying to get you to do this obscure Wildcat caliber that.
Oh yeah, you need to do it.
1924.
Do it in 408 Shytech. Everybody wants 408 Shytech. It's like, okay, yeah, you know how much 408 Shytech ammo costs? Homie?
You know what I'm really thinking about doing, honestly, and because I've got 3 or 4 projects for calibers that I really want to do just for me, or just to say that I did them.
Okay.
And I may or may not already have them built, and I'm just waiting to do videos with them. But what I want to do is try some sort of crowdfunding thing where like, hey, here's one, I built it, I can build more of them. If we get above X many pre-sales, I'll actually do a batch of them. But I can't, because I can't afford to do 6 of these.
Yeah, not knowing who's going to get it. I see some calls for 308.
308 what? AK or a,
Yeah,
50
AK,
cal,
AK.
a 50 cal knocked down the 308. Yeah, what are you talking?
You're going to have a hard time getting 308 to move that much reciprocating mass.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have a styrofoam bolt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe if you weld up the end and just use a 308 blank, you might have the chance.
Yeah. I mean, so many people want so many different things. Sometimes they don't realize that I can't do 5 of those in a year, and it's not worth my time. So
yeah, and Walter, you probably know better than anybody else. Like people will ask for the moon, but they don't understand what kind of R&D and everything has to go through.
Just that, and if you do these weird calibers, that means you got to have weird caliber ammo to test with.
Yep.
And like I said, some people, I was not kidding about 408 Chi-Tech and stuff. People ask for this stuff, and it's like, so I can sell 5 of them in a year.
Yeah, so I can sell it to you and your body. I don't.
No, I was going to do a 338 upper. I have 338 Lapua barrels sitting on the shelf. But after I thought about it, after a period of time, it's like, no.
It's really funny you say that because we were going to do something not a lot of people know. We were doing a 338 AK for a while.
Yeah.
And it would have been a lot easier than the 50, but people just don't buy 338.
338 is not plinking ammo.
No. It's
even
more expensive than 50.
Cheap 338 is more expensive than 50. So you're going to load up your... Oh, you need to make a 30-round mag too, Brandon, in 338. We got to have a 30-round magazine.
You have no idea how many people are saying, like, you need to do a banana clip for the 50. Like, no, you don't understand. Like, it's a straight-walled cartridge pretty much. You don't have the... am I going to make it jam just because you want the appearance of an AK? Is that what we're going to do today?
Yeah. I have ideas for all that stuff too, but, it's like... it's just not feasible. Somebody going to pay $500 for a drum magazine? Probably not. I thought I'd make a nice, cool 20 or 30 round drum magazine, like a big AK mag on steroids. We
should talk because I'm halfway through prototyping one. Just like I said, just to have because I want it, but I know nobody else wants to pay $700 that it's going to cost to do a run of 50 of them.
Right, right. So, what do you mean? Why is it that much? It's like, well, nobody works for free in this country.
It's not worth that price. Cool, bro.
Well, I guess it isn't then.
Yeah. Len Holt, just as a coincidence, says, got in late any discussion on AK mags. And Mystery Family says crowdfunding would be a good idea. He'd buy in on that. And I think that's probably, maybe a way to go with that. If there's the ideas and even a prototype is out there to really develop it, to see how many people would be interested in it, and kind of like a crowdfunding situation, and then take it from there. Because these things aren't common, and then people always want it for, like people have a magical idea in their head of what it would take to buy something, but not an idea of what it takes to actually manufacture something.
Absolutely. And that's something that I hope that crowdfunding can kind of sort out, because it's one thing to say, oh yes, I want that, or I would buy that. It's another thing to say, John Doe has put his money where his mouth is. Right. He's willing to, pay for one if you make it.
And then guess what? You're taking deposits, and those people that take deposits, they never deliver.
That's the thing is, and it doesn't matter if
I've heard that too, and everybody that gave me some money got their guns. So.
Well, I don't like doing that. If something is not actually developed and then I have to give up money and then wait.
Yeah, I don't take people's money now because I don't want to be beholden to anybody.
Yep. And that's the one thing that we never did on the 50.
And the famous words are, I'm not in a hurry. I'm not in any hurry. Stay away from those guys. Those guys that say they're not in a hurry are going to be the first ones that call you and say, well, you told me it was going to be 6 months. What's going on?
Yeah, like, that usually means there's an asterisk next to that says, I'm not in a hurry for the next 6 months. After that, I'm in a hurry.
You told me, or I'm not in any hurry really, but, it's like, okay, well, guess what? You know what? I've told people before, it's like, when they say that, it's like, I'll give you money back. I didn't. I was like, I'd rather give somebody their money back and hear them bitch on the phone to me, because I don't have time for it. So it's like,
dude,
what?
My cortisol levels can't handle it.
Oh wow!
The fastest way to quiet somebody down and say, "I'll give you money back. I'll give you money back, no problem." Well, I didn't say that. It's like, oh, well, guess what?
Special things take special time.
It'd be no wine before it's time. Remember that's a commercial. That's an old TV commercial.
Red Bear says 22 LR AK that takes 1022 banana clips.
Is there not one out there?
I don't know. You could between
not like the one not like the one I have. A real AK.
The problem is you're going to say AK like in quotation marks because 22 doesn't have enough ass power. 22 is a straight blowback gun, so you're really just going to have like an AK looking chassis.
It's got a little dinky bolt about yay big, with a little dinky spring behind it and a big old AK receiver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
And it looks cool and they're fun to shoot. And it goes pew 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 pew. Right.
Your best bet if you want something like that is to take a 1022 and drop it in an airsoft AK chassis.
There you go. There you go.
You know, I've seen people do that. I saw somebody do that with a what was it? I forget. Like they've done crazy shit with it, like a G36. I've seen somebody did it in like a MG42 or something like dumb and crazy.
And what's the legalities of all that?
No, it's totally. I mean, it's fine. You just got a 1022, but you just glued a bunch of shit to it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right. I mean, there used to be an outfit that sold a 1022 kit that looked kind of like an MG42. It was a little bit smaller scale, but it was in that same kind of look. You know,
that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
The Archangel's volunteering to torture test the AK-50. Warsaw Patriot. Yeah. Let's see. Warsaw Patriot says, Brandon, I hate to ask, but have you ever shot an AR before shooting an AK growing up? So what did you shoot first?
Funny enough, no, I didn't. I shot an AK first.
Okay.
I shot. That was the first gun I ever shot. Nobody started me out on a 22 or anything. I went straight to. It was a Chinese underfolder. I shot when I was like 7 years old.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Trying to think what I did first. Actually, probably neither one. I had an HK91, which
really,
yeah,
really,
yeah.
I bought brand new. Yeah.
I'm not laughing at you guys. I'm laughing at something else. Oh, no. The firearm rack is trying to ask Brandon some questions in the chat, but I don't think they're.
What the Archangel?
They're not.
No. I know the firearm rack. I know.
Yeah,
I know. Patrick.
But his questions are not PG, so they're being.
Well, never mind.
They're being redacted.
Patrick, behave. And by the way, I did get your texts. I was just driving all day, so I will answer you back on your Polish. He sent me some stuff, and I'm building
that reminds me about something.
Yeah. Atomic Bull says, I wish someone would start manufacturing an American-made Dragunov. And in that line, I'd like to ask you guys this question I thought of earlier. What's going on? There's American companies here that, we have the ability to manufacture these things, right? How come we're not seeing more of them if we can make them here?
Walter, do you want to take that?
That's a good question. I mean, to make something like a Dragunov, to make a Dragunov from scratch, even if you just copy it straight up, that's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of And how much is some people willing to pay for example, that semi-auto FG42 that I have, Hank, I paid $5,000 for that.
Mm-hmm.
But to buy a real one, it's $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it falls into the same category as what we were talking about with crowdfunding and people not putting their money where their mouth is. Right, Everybody wants an SVD. Nobody wants to pay $3,000 for an SVD. And the people who want to pay $3,000 for an SVD are the ones that are out paying $5,000 for an SVD.
Right.
Because an American-made SVD would cost a lot of money unless you're going to move 2,000 of them.
Yeah, you got to make enough to make it worth your while. Here's that. My son texts me the knockoff 1022
that's cool.
MG42 looking thing. It was Cherokee accessories.
Okay,
yeah,
it's pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
By the way, Babyface P, who was supposed to be here on the panel with us but got sick, I think he ate something.
Oh, more pork, more pulled pork.
Yeah, probably.
The Brandon know the story of the pulled pork and the.
Well, basically, when Lola's car was brand new, Babyface and I went to Aries Firearms for an event.
It was hot.
It was hot, and he had pulled pork, which I refused to eat, and he was making fun of me. And then we were driving back on the highway. I'm doing like 70, and I just see him. He wasn't feeling good. And he was like laying back in the chair, and then he just sat up and did this I was on the phone with Lola at the time. He did this, wound down the window, and threw up through the window while I was doing 70. So then it all blew back in.
Oh, no.
All over me.
Oh, it's like SHOT Show all over again.
Yeah. So, but Babyface P says, "I wish I had hair like that." And he's not talking about me. There, he's talking about those.
He's probably talking about you, Hank.
No, I'm pretty sure he's talking about your hair. He's not jealous of my hair at all. So I'm sure he's talking about you. Firearm Rack says, "Let him know I am hurt, and I spent all day crying because you didn't respond to him."
Yeah, well, okay, all right. Two can play that game. Who wants to hear the story of how Patrick got me hurt?
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, and I love bringing this out because that's.
Yeah,
I don't know if he actually felt bad or he just let on that he felt bad, but.
Okay. Knowing Patrick, he probably did not feel bad.
No, he probably didn't at all. He's so good at breaking guns now. He started to break gun reviewers and gun industry people.
Yeah.
So we were at the Stark event in Dallas for NRA. We had done a meet and greet at like Gas Monkey Bar and Grill and everything, and it went really well. But we were all hammered, so they closed at midnight. We're like, no, the party's got to go on. So we walked over to the country bar next door. And that's where they had a mechanical bull. And about 1 o'clock in the morning, everybody's, adequately intoxicated. He's trying to tell me the best way to ride a bull. Like, oh yeah, if you really want to stay on, you got to grab it. Like, you got to get an overhand grip on it. And so he's like, you got to, twist on like over the top and everything like that. I'm like, okay.
Is he some kind of bull riding expert?
Well, he's a local, so I'm assuming like, okay, all you guys know how to ride bulls.
Yeah,
right?
just because you're from Texas doesn't mean you can ride bulls.
It's like I'm taking his advice. I'm like, yeah, I'm really gonna show him. Like, and as soon as I do it, I get thrown off because my business partner apparently told him like, hey, see that guy? Buck him off. And I just apparently held on longer than I should have, and I sprained my wrist so bad that it actually 4 months later is still injured.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ever take advice from Patrick. Okay.
It was pretty rough. It was a rough go at things.
Yeah. Don't be very careful before you take his advice next time. And he's laughing, by the way. Right now, he's laughing.
Yeah, well, he knows. He knows.
Yeah. Let's see. Hunts for Food says, tell Brandon there's a thread over at AK Files about his AKG 47.
Oh, I know. I saw it early on.
Yeah.
AK Files is a Freudian slip there. Sorry. That's what is a hive of scum and villainy. There's good people on it. There's amazing people on AK Files, but it's just such a negative place. I try not to go there.
Oh, okay. And Firearms Rat, he says, spent a lot of time working with bull riders. Passed on some tips that I was given.
Oh, wait, hold on. Whoa. That just made it so much worse. You never tried it? Just tips you were given?
Yeah. And now he says he's going to do something bad to me right now. Okay. Yeah. Not worried. Okay, let's see. Jafari H says, riding a bull with that hair, that's some Magic Mike shit right there.
Well, I was doing it in a suit, by the way.
I believe it. Yeah. Oh, look at that.
All right.
Babyface.
Since you're dishing dirt, I got to come on and defend myself.
Dishing dirt.
Whoa. His name is Babyface?
Yeah.
Right.
That doesn't all line up.
It before the beard, it made sense.
Okay.
If you go to the very first video I ever did with Hank, you'll understand. It's because before I grew out a beard.
Got it. Are you like me, where if you don't have the beard, you look like a 12-year-old fat kid?
That's exactly what it is.
Yep.
Yeah. He still looks like a baby with a beard, as far as I'm concerned. Look at that. Yeah. So you feeling better?
Yeah. Something I had for lunch didn't sit well with me. So
okay,
I'm
cool.
Good.
All right. So you came on to show off your AKs to the AK
for
guy.
15. No, I don't have any. Shit, are you serious? Damn it, I didn't even think about it. You're not near me.
Okay.
I am not impressed.
We're only talking about AKs.
Shoot.
What is wrong with people named Patrick? I don't know, man. Dude,
No.
There's something in the water, man. I don't know what it is.
yeah, dude's named Patrick. Just like
shit.
the words batshit and crazy comes to mind. And Walter, what are you doing, Walter?
I'm playing with an AR, actually.
Boo.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Walter messing with the AR. Yeah,
Is
so
this a new
let's
race?
see.
What's that?
Yeah, this is the go ahead,
Tail
show.
hook with my
You've seen the tail hook, right, Brendan?
and Safety Harbor Firearms compact entry stock. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
So, yeah. Yeah. Well, we could take one of those AK-50s when you get it running, and we could make it into a pistol. You want to start a shitstorm? You want to start a shitstorm with all the people that tell you you're going to get 50 cal banned? Try an AK pistol. Try a 50 caliber pistol. See what happens.
So you telling me that you've never done that before?
Oh, I have, and I've heard it from these people that know everything.
Okay, I was getting ready to say that sounded like the voice of experience to me.
You're going to cause all the ammo to get banned. It's like, well, what about green tip and all these AR pistols?
This is worse. This is worse though. I wanted to do a 5.45 pistol, like an AK pistol.
Oh,
I
dear.
do a modern crank.
Yeah.
But I know the backlash. All the comments on the firearm blog and everything are going to be, oh, this is why we'll never get 5.45 back. We were gonna, but you're the reason why we won't.
If you want to get 5.45 back from Russia, stop being so political, you pricks.
Yeah. Well, okay, Walter. All right.
Well, the whole politics thing.
Don't vote for liberals. Okay. Simpson Road Larry says, there it is, Walter. You got to show that again. So I'm gonna lock it on Walter. That gun that you were showing.
Oh, you want to see this? Yeah, I call this one Rogue One because it's just a mixture of stuff. It's actually a Bear Creek Arsenal side charger. It's actually a 300 blackout. I cut off the Bear Creek Arsenal handguard to make it more like I like. Compact entry stock with a tail hook adapter.
Yeah, show us that side charging.
Side charging charges. Yes.
There you go. Nice.
Please tell me you made it full auto.
No, it isn't actually.
Okay, because I've always wanted to make a machine gun with a folding brace on it just to fuck with people.
Well, I mean, all I got to do is drop my 16 lower on it, and it's rock and roll hoochie coo. But yeah.
I just want the full auto with the arm brace.
No, okay, I see what you're doing. Well, you come down, we'll do it just for you, Brandon.
Oh, there we go.
I promise. I promise you. Yeah.
Yeah. Laggy Lag says, can we do a brief overview of the bureaucratic side of designing a firearm?
Well,
which part are you talking about? Which bureaucratic side?
If you want to submit it for a determination, you have to send it to the tech branch, ATF, and right now they're I've been told about 4 months behind.
If you live in a free state, you can build your own gun, no problem. As long as
yeah.
The only problem is there's no money in building your own gun. So
you're
building a gun to sell.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to build something that's on the edge, or has edge factors, then you get a determination. But if you're going to build a regular AK, for example, there's really nothing to determine because it's proven.
Well, you just need to get the manufacturer's
right. You got to have a manufacturer's license and all that stuff, and jump through those hoops. But if you're not doing anything out of the ordinary, or like a brace or something like that, there's really no need.
Like something, let's just come up with a hypothetical within the ordinary. Like you're making an upper.
A bolt action upper. Yeah, bolt action.
Might you have to do something?
Yeah, why would you ever need to get that? Yeah, why would you even have to get that submitted? I mean, it's like
for example, like designing the AK-50. There's no bureaucratic concerns because semi-autos are legal, 50s are legal.
Right. I mean,
barrel length.
And it's actually we're gonna have a 10-round magazine.
Yeah. So I mean, technically,
so you're not busting any balls there.
Yeah.
Is there a mag limit on 50 BMG?
What's that?
Is it what?
You said a 10-round magazine. There's no mag size limiting 50 BMG.
No. There's not.
You're just talking hypothetical California.
Like AK-50 is probably more band state compliant than a normal AK is.
Right. I mean, you got size, you got weight, you got. For example, you know why High Point doesn't make high capacity magazines because that means if they make high capacity magazines, they can't sell it in these shitty states. But because they make low capacity magazines, they can sell it everywhere.
It's funny.
And the ghetto rejoices.
Yes. Thank you, Jesus. Pass the bullet.
A question to piggyback off that. Did you, this is Brandon, did you design and build with processes in mind to churn them out? Like, because obviously you're not planning on making each gun by hand. Did you design and build, and then are you going to go back afterwards to figure out how to mass produce after it's like ready to go? I mean, is that how the process works?
That's actually an excellent question. The way we started out, I was just going to build one for me because I thought, premise-wise, I thought this is something that could be done. Why hasn't anybody done it? And so I was out to just build a one-off. And honestly, that would have been a lot cheaper. And that would have been a lot, in the long term, I wouldn't be in so much damn debt. But
then you went viral.
Exactly.
Yeah, basically, as soon as, before we announced it, before everything like that, I kind of looked and, I talked to some people that I trusted, and like they're thinking like these are the reasons why I think that this could actually sell. And so from then on, when we're doing the modeling and we're doing the machining and things like that, we're doing this with production in mind. We're not trying to make 5 of them. We're trying to make 500 of them or 5,000 of them. So it very much is when we can get it to work fine and properly to where I'm okay putting my logo on the side, we'll be able to crank out 10,000 of these if we need to.
Yeah. I think Babyface, we're hearing you breathe or something like that. Where's your microphone?
Oh, no, you can hear the fan. I have a fan below the desk. Hold on.
Oh.
There we go. How's that?
Okay, better.
He's got it pointed at the vitals.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. Cooling down the boys. Got to keep the kibbles and bits cool. Okay, speaking of which, I carry my revolver in single action wants to know if we heard about Trump penis. I have no idea what that is. I know that chick put out a book, I think, on Trump, but I haven't heard much about it.
I haven't.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got going. Let's see. Okay, let's see what other questions we have in here. If you guys have any, you can hit me up with it while I'm looking through here.
Florida gun owners have until September 31st to get rid of their bump stocks.
Huh?
No.
Oh dear.
Who says that?
Yeah, this is on the Truth About Guns.
Oh, where's that? Send me that. Let me see. It's on the Truth About Guns. Hold on.
Yeah, this is the second link down. If you just go to the website, it's the second link down.
Truth About Guns. Okay, let me pull it up.
Oh dear.
Since it's relative, we're talking about the news thing here. Babyface, I don't know if you know this, but we actually we're transmitting from Lifestyles that are Locked and Loaded. So we got our strike overturned and we got the video back.
You know what's really funny is I went to, before I jumped on, I actually went to go check. I went to go find the live stream just to see what you guys were talking about. And I was like, I got really nervous because I went to the main channel expecting a live stream. And I'm like, holy shit, there's no live stream. What happened? So yeah, that's good to know.
So we're back. Yeah. So let's here. I'm gonna pull this article up and throw it up here so you guys could see it. And let's see. I'll put it here in the chat so everyone can see it there in the chat. We could talk about it here briefly. Actually, I'll share it with the folks in the chat as well for those who are here in Florida and interested in related news. Okay. Have until September 30th. Okay, Florida gun owners have until September 31st to get rid of their bump stocks. This is an article from the Truth About Guns. Effective October 1st, any Floridian in possession of a bump fire stock or similar accessory commits a third-degree felony thanks to the capitulation of Governor Rick Scott and the Florida Republic. Yeah.
Is that how do they handle bump fire stocks from that point? Does it become an NFA item of sorts?
No, it becomes illegal.
According
you can't have it at all. Even if I can have a machine gun, like here's where I'm getting at. If I have a full auto AK that I have a bump stock on,
you still own a bump stock.
Mm-hmm.
No shit, really.
Yeah, technically you cannot, and it's not just a bump stock, by the way. Here, I'll run down. If you look at the article, reading the bolden portion of the statute 790222 isn't exactly comforting. It's also vaguely worded that it could mean just about anything, including a rubber band. A list of just some of the accessories that can accelerate the rate of fire of a semi-automatic rifle without converting it to a machine gun includes bump stocks, crankfire devices, binary triggers, 3-gun triggers, Geisley, LaRue, amongst others, lightweight bolt carrier groups, buffer springs,
No shit.
and different buffer weights, adjustable gas blocks, registered lightning link, registered
Drop-in auto sear.
DS, registered
Ooh.
HK sears and trigger packs.
I didn't even
Registered,
think about that. Like the
Yeah.
registered stuff.
this is
Which
all
is crazy, 'cause I can go, if I have the 30,000, I can go buy that and register it, or transfer it rather. So
Yeah, because then you're on a federal list. Like you've done all the paperwork. It's a machine gun.
Yep.
I mean, how are they going to treat machine guns after? I mean,
I don't know. So the Florida Department of Law Enforcement hasn't given Floridians that. So, I mean, I guess there's options. Says that currently a lawsuit is in play due to the vague language of the law and the fact that the Florida Constitution bars the state from taking private property,
Well,
except for a public person and with full compensation,
so
therefore paid to each owner.
I don't think they thought that stuff out when they were making the law.
oh god, no, they did it. They did it behind closed
So
doors
there's-
in like 48 hours.
There's a very good chance it'll get. I'm not saying it will, and I'm not saying we're depending on that, but a
Sure.
very good chance it'll get.
It should be overturned. It
Right,
should be
right,
overturned. We don't know if it's going to get overturned. And right now, the governor that basically what we heard,
Uh-oh.
and we had this conversation a bunch of times, but basically when I know that when I spoke to the politicians here in Florida that had stuff to do with that, they said that Governor Scott bullied them into this, and that's why they did it. And we're talking Republicans here that could have killed it in committee. And they say Rick Scott bullied them into it, and then he signed it and then announced that he was running for Senate, and that's where he's currently heading to right now. Unopposed, pretty much here in Florida. I know I don't want to get into it, but I'm not supporting it.
Yeah. We don't have enough time for that, but
but
we've heard that about 5 times already. But
yeah. I'm trying.
Don't get him wound up. Don't get him started. It'll be 25 minutes before he's.
But this is blatantly unconstitutional.
Yes.
Not just by the Constitution of the United States of America, which is, last time I checked, Florida is still a part of, but also to as is stated in this article, to the Florida Constitution.
Right.
Because, and then think about this, that pretty much means every gun guy in Florida is in violation.
Well, not everyone.
Not everyone. There's very. Listen, okay, if you just have if you have 2 guns and you never modified it, I get it. But most gun guys here, I think, have something that they've modified
beyond the
trigger
actual gun owner, like the actual gun guys.
Yeah. I think think about listen, look at all the 2-gun, 3-gun matches we have going on in Florida. So what are you saying? They're just going to line up the cops outside those matches and arrest them?
They're not.
Yeah, because every single one of those guns is modified.
The cops
another thing that's kind of like the 922R, where I mean, it's not actually something that they're going to bust down their door and arrest you for.
It's an add-on.
If they can pin you for, like, let's say felony trespassing or whatever, and they find a gun in your car, then they're going to nab you for everything that they can. Like, oh, well, you've got an accelerated trigger or whatever. So they're just going to tack on the felonies to try to get you to make a deal.
Yeah, we've got to make sure that we do vote. That's the thing I got to tell people. We got to make sure we do vote. And we've got to make sure that people specifically here in Florida, Rick Scott's thing is a whole separate deal. He's trying to go to Washington, but here in Florida, we need
Gillum.
Yeah, we've got to make sure we don't get
socialists,
super liberals as governor, attorney general, all those kind of things, so that they can overturn this. But remember that a lot of the people who put this into effect in the first place are still going to be here in state government.
Whatever they do, they're not taking my catapult.
Yeah, I think we do. Listen, I think we need to keep pushing this issue because it's a really terrible thing. And pretty much the way it's written, like if they come across any gun, they could go, I think this was modified. Because how do you know?
This is real quick. I know we're hitting the 9 o'clock hour. Real quick. There's another article 4 pages in from the 14th. More liberal hunters could be the beginning to solving America's gun problem. And I totally agree. If we made open season on hunting liberals, I mean, we could solve so many.
Oh, gee, thank you, Babyface. When we don't have a channel, Babyface.
Yeah, what did you say?
Joking. That is a joke.
What was that?
Babyface. Yes, there was a warning that they sent me in a letter, Babyface.
You got a physical letter from YouTube?
Yeah, email, and they said that we have to make sure we put everything in context. So for anyone watching, that was comedy. That was a joke.
See, it's not me. It's not really my fault.
Who can get it shut down the fastest?
This is the podcast after he just got it overturned. This is the first one. First episode.
Yeah, and by the way, the person who was in that podcast that got deleted, we got a strike. This guy.
Don't even blame it on me.
Oh, so you're just like directing that current right over.
Yeah, it's my fault that we talked about the
He's
B
a
word.
plant. He's a plant. They planted Babyface here to bring us down.
Talked about the B
Go ahead
word.
and post his URL in the chat.
Yeah, exactly. Put his phone number up there. Yeah, we don't. That was just a joke. Comedy. We are all aspiring comedians.
Oh God.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna have to have a little sign that says like joke warning. So I right before I make one, and just so they know, it's very clear.
This is satire.
Exactly.
this is genuinely satire. We are making fun of a lot of different things here. I think, I really do hope this really has to, the whole issue here has to get addressed. And it's obviously not just happening in Florida, it's happening in a bunch of different places, but I think it's a really terrible law that has no purpose whatsoever and is not constitutional. There's no way, like, how do they figure this all out except arresting every single person with a gun? That's the only way you can figure it out, because how do you know? And it doesn't say rifles, it says firearms.
I think we've all said this in the past, but it was feel-good legislation at the time that's not, you can't pursue it, and the only thing they're going to do with it is tack it on to something if you're already in trouble.
Yeah. Brian Quick says he says, I have a whole new respect for Babyface P. That's because he's not concerned if he burns everything down.
See, the problem, and this is like seriously, the problem is that it's caused companies to not ship products to Florida because they're concerned of getting in trouble for shipping them.
Yeah. Some people have already said they're no longer shipping.
I know.
To Florida. Walter, I don't know if you're aware of that.
BDU can't get them in. We can't sell them.
Companies
they have reason not to.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah, they can't. They can't violate the law.
Well, aside from the illegal part, they don't want to end up having to take it back.
Well, not only that is like the liability. I mean, the fact that their defense in court if they're caught with it, like, well, shit, Franklin Armory sent it to me. I figured it was okay.
Yeah, I didn't know the difference,
No, they have to comply with the law. They have to comply with the law. There's no, when you get an FFL. This is like a serious thing. When you get that FFL, you mess around, people. Oh,
it's gone.
People go to jail for a long time.
Federal prison.
Or lose their companies. I met a guy that lost his right to ever own a firearm ever again in life.
Well, he's got to get
Yeah, I met a guy like that, and it's. I've been trying to. I tried several times to get him to come on and talk about it, but yeah, there's a dude like that I met in Arizona, by the way.
I'm way too pretty to go to jail. I keep that
valve. Yeah, we'll have a whole show about that one day. Yeah, we'll talk about it. So yeah, man, the companies can't do anything, and that's just the way that it is.
Yeah,
ultimately, like for example, with Franklin Armory, I know that those guys are. They're really into this. These are Second Amendment guys, and they really care about this thing. But there's so much that they can do to fight the battle. Ultimately, it comes down to the rest of us that we just should not stand for it, and we should push back on all these things. And when Babyface was there, when we spoke to some of these guys, they're not even aware of what they did. They're not aware. I'm talking about Republicans who are telling us that they're into guns.
Yeah. But it's always the caveat, and this is from the same person I think you're talking about, the caveat of, I own guns, I hunt, I do all this. And it's like, yeah, no, you're not. No. You can't throw that out there with a but. If you ended that sentence right there, but no, you're going to put a but on the end and say that bump stocks are, can I say that?
Yeah,
the
it's like
B word.
The difference between the guy who is a car guy, and the guy was like, yeah, I rode in an Uber once. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah. So, all right, you know what? Let's wrap it up because we are over 9 o'clock. So, since Babyface came in last here and caused all the trouble, let's let him. What
Thanks
else
for letting me come on for 15 minutes. Go sign up for BDU. $1 a month. Hank has a link.
Yeah, thank you. All right, Walter.
It'll all pay for things when we get kicked off again for my antics.
Yeah, before Babyface gets us into any more trouble, Walter, what's going on with you?
Live long and prosper.
Walter's going easy. He's going for the easy one.
This weekend, Aries firearms training event, shooting, military vehicles, toys for the kids for Christmas. Donate a toy, get in free, shoot some guns.
Right, or bring a military vehicle.
Bring a military vehicle, yeah.
Can it be a little like toy military vehicle?
Yeah, you bring one wrapped from the store. Yeah, we'll take it. Sure, those kids love military vehicles. Yeah, we got to promote the OD green habit. I mean,
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
Yes.
Okay,
So come
and
on
you're
out.
going to be there at what time?
I'll probably be there by 9 o'clock, or before. But there'll be other guys there before me. They're spending the night. Military vehicle guys camping out. We're going to have Camp Flamingo set up, which is our group. So there'll be some debauchery in the background, not off the line. Yeah. But yes. So yeah, I'll be there all day. So.
All right, cool. Okay, awesome. And last but of course not least, our special guest, Brandon Herrera, the AK guy. What's going on with you, man?
I greatly appreciate it. Well, this weekend, if you're not going to Walter's thing, obviously that's a great thing to support. But if you're in the North Carolina, Virginia area, we have the Stark Expo this weekend coming up. It's going to be a great time in Bun Level, North Carolina at 37 PSR. We'd love to have you out. We got a lot of great vendors. And if you want to follow me in the AKG 47s, figure out where to get one and see the progress on the AK-50, you can follow me at Real Brandon Herrera or the AK Guy on Instagram and Brandon Herrera on YouTube. So
yeah, just throw that AK up one last time, man, before you go. There we go. Just throw it up one last time.
This is the rifle in question. Ooh. So if you'd like to pick up one of these, go to theakguy.com. We're going to have them back in stock very soon. We sold out of the first batch, but we're hoping to have more in and ready and built in the next 2 weeks.
All right. Awesome. Thanks. So I want to thank everyone for joining us over here, everyone that was rooting for us, giving us advice and all that kind of stuff when we got the video deleted and then the live taken away. We are back, so we're going to be back here for the future. Quick? What's up?
That is a hell of a good price for a U.S.-made gun. Just saying. I just went to the website.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you, having built a lot of 5 AKs now, I have way more money in parts and everything to build them. That is a good price.
I appreciate it, man. You and AK Files seem to have a very different idea of what is.
It's because they want Wassers for like $350 again. It's never going to happen.
Bingo. And this guy just repeats the same thing I said. Just about
That's why we wanted him to come on earlier.
Sorry.
But obviously he has a baby stomach along with the baby face.
You could have been my backup, man.
That's right.
Next time we'll make it happen. Josh Wally says he'll be there, Brandon, by the way.
Beautiful. Josh, good to see you in the chat.
Yes, absolutely. So thanks to everyone who supports us out there, and sends us well wishes and all that. We appreciate you guys. If you want to support us on Patreon, it's Patreon/HankStrange. Thanks to the folks as well that do sponsor the overall channel, show all the things I do. Safety Harbor Firearms. There he goes. Walter right there. Absolutely. ATI Outdoors. Also our friends. We were talking about 308 earlier. Fort Scott Munitions. Good dudes out in Kansas that sponsor us, and Andrew's Custom Leather. Of course, this show was specifically brought to you by, boom, right there, Osprey Defense. Okay, that's it. We're out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
See ya.
We're out.